Anyway, so yeah, I'm working with this tensileness sort of, I don't know, pressure, or like if you're lifting like a cable sort of weight and you got that feedback of the weight, I'm working with that through the body. So when I do movements, I get this feedback type thing. So sort of get this springiness happening of the kangaroo. It's got multiple modes or postures, I suppose. Like it's got real like relaxed, faster sort of stuff, you know, as I've described before in previous clips. But I know a lot of the viewers that I get new people coming in, so I kind of have to explain like everything really. So the kangaroo mimicry style, it's the only style in the world. It's kangaroo kung fu basically, but it's a hybrid of budgie chen, powerful elbowing, hip and shouldering, powerful palm, like massive palms, palm strikes, push pull punches into elbows, all that stuff. It's also got bagua type stuff, you know, bagua palm, which is known as frog palm, and looking through the tiger's mouth type thing. But I've changed that for the roo to be it's different again. So I'm not plagiarizing. I'm modifying. The kangaroo has its own sort of art form or its own style in its own way. But of course, with a martial art background and just with martial arts, I've sort of taken, like Bruce Lee did in that way, taken ideas, taken principles, taken methodologies, mechanics of how movements work. You know, like in American Kempo, a movement can come forward and then that same movement can come back. So the roo fist has that sort of stuff from the Kempo. It also has the forward stepping, stomping, stepping type stuff, which you can do backwards with the baji, you know, the baji chen. It has a tiny little bit of drunken boxing or drunken style in it. The back fist, the way I use the back fist, and the way I stand is in a Xingyi stand. So I do Xingyi stepping, which is also part of Baji Chen, because it's in that style. Baji Chen came first, but and then you have the Xingyi, which is all about spearing, like spearing people off horses way back in the day, and the way they punch is like holding a spear. And you can only punch, kick so many different ways. As Bruce Lee said, we only have so many arms, so many legs, or so many limbs. Also, it's got sort of like the influence of Wing Chun, the way they do their rolling strikes or rolling punches. I sometimes back fist like that, but it's still like the drunken type style. But also, I've put my own like kangaroo spin on it with the back fist and the way the fists work. With that lockdown fist I use, that rolling fist, or the push pull punches, etc. Uppercut, back fist, hooks. It's all that fist is cocked down, and it can grab on. I can turn that So from the fist, I can turn that into like a deflective or protective elbow. I can turn it into a glancing elbow. I can come across, you know, the fist either can be closed or my hand could be open depending on what I want to do. Can come up, over, sort of Muay Thai type stuff going on there. Coming in, this is the way this comes in, that's in Baji. Coming out, coming up, bringing the fist up like this type stuff. That's in Baji, but it's also in other stuff. Tiger punches from Baji Tran. Push and pull like this. I've modified, I've turned them on the side. I've changed the arms to the Ru arms. So I can elbow this way, elbow across, elbow up on an angle if I wanted to. The back fists from the elbow, the back fists, how they work. Rolling strikes, hammer fists, palm strikes, rapid kangaroo type movement, claws and elbows, blocking, striking out of that, you know, and classic throwing punches, hooks, uppercuts, back, you know, moving backwards, away, striking while moving backwards, grabbing on, knees, kicks, probably do, you know, side kick. I don't do as much kicks. Round kick, round knee. Use the body, elbows, circular moves, coming off here, coming off up, you know, grabbing on. When I grab, it's this push-pull stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's a punch, an elbow, grab on, use my shoulder, grab on, use my head, grab on a headbutt. It's got like really fast movements like Wing Chun. So it's got the speed of Wing Chun, the power of Baji Tran, the devastating palms of Bagua, the elusiveness, elusive like maneuvering of Drunken Style. It's also got like straight line sort of drilling techniques, like you know, more like less of this sort of high up sort of stuff, but more classic kung fu sort of movements. You know, here, shoot that out, might come in, punch that, punch here, might sort of almost reverse type punch out of that, can come back to this, come back to that, shoot that out, you know, but I can do that in a line. It's got more expansive sort of stuff. You know, might go to an elbow, might strike out, however, come out, do like a double hammer fist, come up into like a double forearm strike. Now remember, I'm striking trees, there's body strikes, all different body striking stuff. I've created my own body striking method. I've created my own tree striking method, you know, like doing palms on the trees, all different ways. I've got heaps of clips and stuff on that. I've got a playlist on that. I've got a playlist on body conditioning. I've got a playlist on the tree striking, boxing bag training, which I'll be doing more coming into summer. We're like coming up to the end of sort of spring now, in the last month of spring at the minute in Australia or Victoria. Lots of different stuff. I do different sort of locomotional movement type drills, the kangaroo stuff. So like coming off sort of you know, like come here, come off, like just coming over like this, swap legs, different stuff. Coming off here, across, back, swapping legs, coming off. You know, I've got another clip where I'm doing lots of different stuff. I like off angling. Like if an attack's coming in, I like coming off the side of it and taking it that way from the back of the opponent. You know, any of these push-pull punches, like they got no give. They're pretty devastating. If you're doing a bit of push-ups, weights, chin-ups, all that sort of stuff, you're going to add more power. It's just these dead power strikes. Like there's just no give in the strikes, and when you're hitting trees and stuff, like palming the trees and getting that immovable, I don't know what you call it, like when force hits force type thing. It just seems to be really beneficial for the power development. I haven't done as much tree striking lately, got to get right back into it. I've been focused on other things. Had a little bit of an injury, not from striking trees, but I actually was doing sort of like playing with the form, creating forms. So, you know, well, people know what forms are. My forms at the minute kind of look quite kung fu-y. You know, they might come up like this and come out, and then there's like a rotation type thing, and then I might drop into like an elbow, and rip out into this movement here. You know, step back, rolling strikes. You know. Might step in here and then come off with like a more powerful technique into like another like basic balancing or empty type stance movement here, and then, you know, might come into strikes, might move backwards into a palm or whatever it is. But anyway, I was coming off here, and somehow I've like hit my finger and I've jarred, and it's been a bit funky through the palm, quite sore for about a month, but that's my own issue and that's things that happen. So just been working with it. It's been quite hard to close. Like almost like a football hitting, or a basketball hitting your fingers and bending it back type thing. Those things are pretty easy to do. That's why, you know, I don't know, the forms with open hands I might have later on, I don't know. Now, as anyone knows this, is learning this stuff, or has been watching this stuff, there's not only the martial art sort of, still, you know, deadly and powerful and it's got everything in it, but there's, like in all the tree striking and different stuff, so it's a full martial art, but there's also like a base level, which I just call brew fist, which is just like street fighting type stuff. So you just got your shelling up type stuff, throwing your strikes, throwing your elbows, throwing your knees, headbutts, the forearm strikes, you know, striking with the forearms type stuff, the back fist, all that. But it doesn't have anywhere near as many stances. Like you're not going into like a bow stance type stuff, or like a more of a back stance. Like it's just sort of got more of a fighting stance. I mean, you might go into the Xingyi sort of stuff here because it's quick, it's good for footwork and stuff like that. But like, yeah, there's just less to it. It's just more condensed. So that's something that like I'm developing as well, and that's more of a street, you know, on the street type stuff. You know, Dai Shu Quan, the style I'm developing, the kangaroo kung fu, which is part of the roof fist. That's the kangaroo kung fu too. But it's more of an art form as well as having that street fighting. So it still has shelling up and all that stuff, but it has like a more speaking to your spirit type thing, as in like it's not just a pugilistic type endeavor. It's got sort of beauty and like imagination and like if you were to go in competition, like the forms would actually look good and would actually stand up against anything else once it's completed. So, and I've got a playlist on the Dai Shu Quan as well, which shows like my sequences of techniques I'm doing, which are like forms, but they're not set forms. Although there are a couple in there that I would like to sort of properly learn and flesh out, because a lot of them are only like 4 or so movements, as in like your classic elbow, ripping out of that, maybe into like a sort of almost reverse type punch, coming into the double hammer fist type movement, or Ru, double forearms, or drunken Ru back fist type stuff. I don't know, but they don't like. It doesn't have like 50 different movements or joint locks and grabs and stuff yet. So we've got a lot of things to work on, and just fleshing out all the different little aspects. But it's a labour of love, and I'm really enjoying it. So just keeping people up to date. So the main thing is with the whole style is this guarding here. These working like feelers really, but dangerous feelers that can like damage quite badly, grab on, do damage in themselves, not even really needing a fist, but once they feel something, if it's like here, strike out with the hammer fist, you got like a classic uppercut here, it's just turning the body there, but I can also flick that forward and out, and do like a really nasty back fist to the nose, which is like, if that hits, it's pretty much going to be close to a fight ender. Like you're gonna have like a smash nose like instantly, because it's just rocketing out there when you get it moving. And then again, all these strikes type thing, like, because there's like singular strikes, jabs, etc., like a jab, all that sort of stuff, hook punches and all that, like back fists. But then you got like, you might strike like sort of like in Wing Chun, a block goes out and a strike, a punch goes out. It's similar. I'm using the back of this, and I might use a back fist here, so and that's got an elbow behind it. And then there's these sort of pushing out strikes as well. So if the opponent's sort of coming in, you just like push them out type thing, drop the elbows in, drop this around, drop the wrist around the neck type stuff. Any one of these things is going to do damage. That can hit in, that can roll out. We can just roll, strikes can just roll from wherever, more powerful, sort of really like connected to the body strikes, those tensile strikes, dead weighted strikes, drop with weight, so you're in close, you've hit, boom, this just smashes down here on the clavicle or on the trap, and even if it comes into the neck, like carotid artery, you can knock someone out real quick with that. Punch there, you get a punch there, or even with the forearm. So these are hurting, these are designed to hurt, but really you're coming in, you're doing damage with elbows into vital parts of the body, into where the bicep joins to the forearm, where the bicep joins to the shoulder, or even where the chest and the shoulder join, right in there, in the chest, like smashing that into the chest. And then what you got? You got a claw here that can just rip down. And remember, we can push pull with a claw, because guess what? I thought I was going to lose the phone then. Anyway, you can push pull with the claws or the palms, because guess what? They're hitting trees too. Grabbing onto trees, striking trees. Old school like training. So everything in it, even the grabbing when you grab and you strike. Training, I'm doing like isometric movements with my back and stuff, like the kangaroo type stuff, here, coming up, out, doing all these grabbing stuff, and even with like weights and different things, the qigong, like breathing stuff that I'm like incorporating as well. And then there's all the stomping, the baji trend. I've kept the stomping aspect of the baji trend system within the kangaroo stuff. So, and like everything, the DNA of every single style I've done is in this system. Anyway, it's getting pretty windy. The phone's probably about to teeter off the edge of this thing I've got it on. So, thanks so very much, everyone. It's a labour of love. I'm really enjoying doing it. I love hearing your comments. Just thumbs up, subscribe, give me a comment, good or bad. I know you all want to see this in action, and it's going to be happening soon. And whether it's like full-on sparring, that won't happen to start off with. It'll just be like showing how these moves work. And the proof's in the pudding, but like you're gonna understand. If I was showing you guys on your body, you'd know straight away. Like, I'm not stuffing around. This is a real style, and it's like if a person doing this style gets in close, it's not going to be fun for the opponent. It's just all elbows and nasty back fists and shit, and like claws and knees. So, and forearm strikes, and hip and elbows, shoulder strikes, groin strikes, ripping at ears, clawing at eyes, smashing at noses. It's designed to just incapacitate quick, and it's also got like Indonesian stuff, the gunting stuff. So if a strike comes in and like, say I grab onto it, however, if I hit it, whatever I'm going to do, I can like smash underneath with the knuckles, all that sort of stuff, smash with an elbow, parry a punch into an elbow and do elbow destructions. It's going to have all that sort of stuff. So it's very multi-styled, it's very Jeet Kune Do-esque, but with kangaroo, with a crazy kangaroo, wild animal in the mix. Heaps more kicks and stuff coming, working on kicks more, how they're going to work, if they're going to just like push out, like claw out, sort of like strike, claw, like if they're going to work like how the legs do. So like pushing down, kind of, or like stabbing in, but like, I don't know, I'm working on it all. Maybe like a circular, like it comes out, but like comes down, Definitely, I like the Kempo stuff, the Kempo heel kick. I'm probably going to keep that, because that's nasty. When you're in close, you can heel kick into under their knee. You can heel kick into the testicles, groin, etc. You can grab on the heel kick to the head. if you can hit them and grab their head and heel kick their head. Your heel's one of the hardest bones in the body, so I'm keeping that tempo technique for sure. Stomps as well. Stomping down the person's shins, stomping on their foot, stepping on feet, striking. That's another part of Baji, which is just devastating. You literally step on their foot and palm, literally palm up. You can punch up. That's a technique straight from Baji train. Anyway, yeah. So there's gonna be offshoots as well. I think we're pretty much close to done. The wind's getting crazy. Kangaroo, Baji train, you know, kangaroo bagua, circuit walking. Like, I'm working on all of it, so I almost need to have this as a full-time job, but anyway, yeah, that's it guys, the wind's blowing. Alright, look after yourselves, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.